Yeah, Anunaki Iron. Yeah, conversation and sample flipping. That's the movement. Hit the like, subscribe, check it. Yeah, for the next minutes of live TV, you stop with me. Got no limits, I'm that vivid, I just kill it. I take records, cut them and make Mona Lisas. Art pieces, I'm that fish, I'm that secret. Conversation and simple flipping, I'm live with it. A real magician talking ish and painting live pictures. Stop tripping and start clicking the like button. I take news, analyzing, expose crime patterns. To share remix, comment, you gotta subscribe. Have my numbers through the roof, yeah, it's back wild. Thank you for your PayPals and your super chat. Hit the bell, notify when we drop next. Conversation and simple flipping, live with it. Art pieces of that silks, I'm that fish. Conversation and simple flipping, I'm live with it. Conversation, because I'm that vicious. Conversation and simple flipping, that fish. I'm that conversation and simple flipping, we're live with it. Conversation and simple flipping, I'm live with it. Art pieces of that sick with them that vicious. Conversation and simple flipping, we're live with it. I'm kinda different, yeah. We're live with it. Flip that, we're live with it. I'm kinda different, yeah. We're live with it. Yeah, what's up, kings and queens? We're back with another episode where we analyzed the daily events, where we analyzed the court case as it was happening today. Right. Today, Mr. Gininda was on the back foot. Today was a whole nother stunt. There was some stunts being performed at court, some time wasting happening there. When the judge had to be excused, but we kept trying to push the judge out of the court, but he was not budging until eventually he got out. Now, you could see that Baloi, the whole time that he was begging the judge to go, he was not even sitting down. He just kept standing there. Now, why do you think there was a delay in Mr. Gininda coming through? My thoughts are, he probably knew that the documents that he was in possession of, the documents that he was holding, they didn't really implicate Ntanzi. And then whatever he was talking about, the many documents he was talking about, there was no name of Ntanzi there, because it appears he just took another docket. He took a docket that was finalized, created a new docket out of it, or a clone docket, and then from there he inserted Ntanzi's name, which is tricky, right? Now, after inserting Ntanzi's name, he came with another docket of Marigana, where he tried to also insert Ntanzi. Now, this is a sort of a modus operandi. It's starting to look like a modus operandi. It looks like how he operates, this MO, what they usually say to cops, right? Now, there's something that touched me, that really disturbed me. Rata was not very welcoming to Mrs. Mushololo, Advocate Mushololo. He was not. He was just harsh. Now, she wasn't even given a chance to lay down her basis, her story, to lay down her story, or to lay down her version, or to lay down her submission. I couldn't just understand why. Wasn't this a place where everybody's given a chance to lay their story? I don't know. You tell me. Right. Now, before we commence with a whole lot of this show today, remember this is Anunaki Iron, and please subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. Also hit the notification bell so that when we drop content like this, you'll be notified. You'll be the first to know. You are in the loop. Right. Now, let's go back to the case. Remember, in the cross-examination of Mohane and Mohola, when they were asked about these dockets, these mysterious dockets, they always said, these dockets are with Brigadier Gininda. These dockets are with Brigadier Gininda. They never ever brought the dockets that were requested from them. Now, guess what? This is the IO. This is the man, the last man. Firstly, he doesn't have the dockets at the right time. Secondly, when the dockets come through, he doesn't seem to be so clued up on them. How can he say Ntanzi was a second suspect in the Nongoma case when it was later read to him that no, that is not that suspect. He was not even there. The second suspect is this so and so. Does this show someone who shows that he's clued up on his work, he's clued up on his cases? He's coming up with a statement which was forced to read by Rat. He was made to read. And another thing, remember, he was so smooth with the English. Every time he talks, people on these comments on the YouTube comments on the SABC Live, those dummies, those people will be thinking he's smart. They'll be saying, oh, he's a smart one. Guess what? When he reads, the real English comes out. You can see his level of English. Also, what I noted, every time he says 18th, listen to what I'm saying, 18th, right? Instead, he says 18th. Listen to the video, watch the video and listen carefully. You catch what I'm saying. I'll also outline that. And even some of his subsequents, he likes to use these catchphrases, subsequents, and so far as. Even this subsequent, sometimes he just miss it, it just goes subsequence. Right. I'm not trying to say I'm good in English, but just pointing out that it's not really that he's good at English, just that he uses phrases that some people are not used to using in their sentences. Now they end up thinking this is the best English out there. Right. Let's leave that. Now we're going to flight some video where Mohane, the first time Mohane, when he was cross-examined about the Albertine stop before the AVL came through, Mohane was Khani. He was going Khana. I disagree. And then at some point he was even asked, what is the other word for Maka? Then he couldn't comply because the aim there was try to make him come through as more civil, but he didn't catch the drift. Right. Now this video shows him disagreeing that he ever made a stop around Albertine. Right. Now remember, today in today's proceedings, Baloyi tried to thwart the thoughts of Mr. Advocate Mugomezulu by saying, no, he never put that to Mohane. He put it there. Instead, he put it to him that they were going to Morocco police station, which is wrong because I attached the video which outlines what exactly Advocate Mugomezulu did that day. He did exactly what he said he did today. I think just Mr. Babului was just trying to distort the truth, or I don't know, maybe it's not good. I don't know. It's just my thoughts. Right. When we go back again to the pattern of speech of Mr. Gininda, when he answers questions, he always got the first part and the second part. He's got first part answer and the second part answer. His answers are never clear. Even if it's a yes and no questions, no, never get that. There's going to be some explanation. Now, this video that we flight will show that Mkhane was not agreeing that he stopped at the engine garage around Malberton. But it also, there's another video shows Gininda saying is he got that call from Mkhane that there was a problem with the car. Now, what we can just underline from that is that here is the IO, leading investigating officer, who's supporting now a version which was never presented in the evidence in chief. We're going to also have a voice note of Advocate TT Thobane dropping his input, his legal input. Right, what he said is he feels like Advocate Mugomezulu is dwelling too much on statements that are not connected to this case, which might jeopardize his client's chances of acquittal. Right, why he says that is because he calls it same what evidence you heard in the voice note, where one person can be charged with crimes that he committed across the country. But now in this case, these guys were, Ntanzi was not even involved in any of these cases. It's just makeup. It's just cases that were made up to fit him, which he was never involved in. That video concludes with another one of those clips concludes with a video of Mr. Gininda saying he was not the one who arrested Ntanzi, right? But he doesn't get it. How can you be the leading investigator when you are asked about arrest of your subordinate that you sent? You sent your subordinate to arrest someone, yet you say you are not the one who arrested him. How is that possible? You are the leading investigator, so how are you not taking the responsibility or the blame for that arrest? Because that guy, all the time he was Mr. Mkhane, every time he was testifying in court, he was saying, under the orders of Brigadier Gininda, it's my leader. So everything lies with you, Baba. So it needs to be you who's taking the responsibility. You can't be telling us, I was not the one who arrested Ntanzi. I was not even there. When these are your orders, you know exactly where they were going to do, then who they were going to arrest. Right. Please, before we go too much into this, let me give the clips a chance and the input of Advocate TT Thobane a chance. Peace.
And for your information, Sergeant Mkhane, when it was firstly put to him, during cross-examination, that Ntanzi was assaulted next to an engine garage by the persons that I've mentioned, he denied having been next to an engine garage. And he denied the assault. That's what Mkhane said. Firstly denied. But now, getting into the AVL shows that there was a stop at engine garage in Albert. And he further confirmed that after he saw that the AVL shows the location of the vehicle at that time.
Yeah, my lord, no, I hear what Counsel is saying, but it's I don't know what to say. I was not here when Sergeant Mohane testified. I was not there. I don't know how could I assist in that. That's the defense and the state wants to deal with. I was never given the date of the 18th. And when that is why the initial package didn't include the 18th, because I then took the request, not that I prepared it myself, sat with the expert and said, please package this information according to this date and submit your affidavits so that it can be presented. And that's how it was done, my lord. Later, when additional dates were requested, we followed that same pattern. So at no stage was information kept away.
As he was transported, a car parked next to a certain filling station where he saw a board reflecting Albertine. During the course of the look, the bottom line is I'm putting the version as is of accused number 2. He was stopped, or the Toyota Fortuner stopped next to a filling station, and that's when, a short while, the motor vehicle that was driven by Jonathan arrived.
This is not true.
Yes. It was a Golf, and later on you were joined by Buteles and Mapumulo, who were driving a Nissan, hardboard Nissan, a Paki.
I'm disputing it.
Just further take you on the version at engine garage. Sergeant Mohane conceded when he was cross-examined on the AVL of the 18th of June 2020. He conceded to say he was at engine garage. That's where they bought water and some stuff. And further conceded that on that night he was later joined, or on that night he was further joined by the SWAT unit, that is Jonathan, Buteles and Mapumo.
My lord, obviously the issues of the engine garage and buying food, I was not told about that. What I do know is that on the 18th of June 2020, Sergeant Mohane did report to me that the car was giving him mechanical issues. That I know. Subsequent to that, I did say he must get a backup because I knew they were in a company of accused 2. I know he was joined by SWAT team members. I just didn't get the names as to who, but I know that at the time when they were at a specific area, there was a mechanical issue, and insofar as I was briefed, SWAT came to assist until the mechanical issue was resolved, and they went to detain accused 2. That's what I know about the presence of SWAT. It was to assist basically with the safekeeping of everyone. I voluntarily decided to work with the police to trace Bongani Ntanzi in Rustenburg. On the 16th of June 2020, I took the police to Pukeng and showed them a place where Bongani Ntanzi is staying. I also positively pointed him, or positively, I think it's identified him or pointed him, my lord, to Sergeant Mabena and Sergeant Mohane. Bongane was working at the time because of COVID-19.
in 2022?
Yes, I've heard, my lord. He was also a witness. Subsequent to this information, I also pursued him, because he mentioned issues in relation to this matter, and followed up with him, and he gave us a statement, which is in this docket 636, which is disclosed to the defense, and he does make implications of the other accused in that statement. So I am aware that he died subsequent to that, my lord.
Uyazi ukuthi uSimphiwe Buthelezi lo wale statement yena washona ngo2022 uthi yebo ngiyazi ngoba ngaya nakuye bengade ngifuna ngiphenya ngazo lezi document azenzile ngoba wayekade ekhuluma ngezinto ezibucayi kakhulu ingakho ngiye ngaya kuye ngifuna olunye ulwazi ngiyazi ukuthi ngempela yena washo.
But the other witnesses are still alive, my lord.
Kodwa abanye abofakazi bona basaphila.
All right. Regarding docket 163, we talk about murder in Kwanongo. According to that statement, I'm not talking about the truthfulness of what is there. It talks about a murder in Marikana. There's no mention of murder in Kwanongo. Do you agree?
No, it says that the man was involved in killing people all
Yes.
over. It says that. And so when the police, the investigators, they were plotting these matters, because he made one statement, made various of different cases. Even then the Marikana matter, he didn't say this is the person. He gave like a prognosis of the things. Then we analyzed and got to a specific docket where indeed a high profile person was found who was a union member who was assassinated. That's how we got to that docket. So even the murder that is referring to, he gives a direction of where the murder occurred. We dissected sort of that statement and we were able to identify those dockets and pull them one by one. So yes, if the question is, he didn't say at this specific place this person was killed, is not saying, but it is clear if you read the statement that people were killed, firearms were used, and indeed Mr. Buthelezi was convicted for murder and there's firearms also involved.
Ubonile na kule statement osanda kusifunda ukuthi uButhelezi uthe kubulawe umuntu eMarikana akakhulumanga ngokubulawa komuntu wase Nongo uthi yebo kodwa kulesi statement ushilo ukuthi kubulawe abantu endaweni ezihlukile ingakho nathi besikade siphenya kulezi indawo ezihlukile akusukuthi bekwamele siphenye kuphela kuleli yacala lase Phukeni.
Let's put it straight to you. I'm just putting to you to comment, and this is what actually emanate from the version of accused number 2. You have unlawfully and wrongfully arrested accused number 2 by accusing him with the murder charge, with the murder case under 163. And it is further my version that you had no other reason to contain him other than to put him under arrest so that you can solicit a confession from him.
My lord, maybe just for clarity, is the statement saying I have unlawfully arrested the accused 2 made in the general sense that the police, or is it directed to me in person?
You.
No, but I didn't arrest accused number 2. No. He was arrested by, I was not there even when he was arrested, my lord. So that cannot be true. Yes, Sergeant Mokhano. And Sergeant...
Hi, it's TT Thobane. I think the defense is doing a great job. However, Advocate Zulu sometimes must accept when he's made mistakes, and he must accept the advice. Sometimes the court tries to help. You cannot come and use statements from other dockets which are not totally related in this matter. What they are trying to do in this instance, you're putting your clients in a bad position. You are trying to lead a character evidence, which it will work against their favor, which it will prejudice the defense case. Because as it stands now, those cases in Nongoma or in Tembisa, wherever they are not related in this matter 636, except the docket 375, which they must bring it back in this matter. I thank you. Because these other dockets, other cases, they are regarded as irrelevant and similar facts evidence. As a general rule, similar facts evidence are inadmissible. The only time when they admit them, when there is a link, there's a nexus to say Mr. X commit crime on location B on the same moment and goes and commits another crime in the same area in area C, and the modus of operandi is the same. Then you can bring them the cases together. Hence, the judge even mentioned that there is a section that can bring all cases around the country together in one court. In this instance, you can't bring these cases from Nongoma and Tembisa to this case. They are totally not related. It is only a character evidence which will lead to the detrimental of the defense case.